Players yields one of the most memorable events of the golf season.
I don't know if you conquer his golf course, you conquer the field.
It's a tough venue. It's against the best play here.
Since 1974, the Players has existed to showcase the best in golf. And that continues this year in its 45th playing.
It's grown immensely. 10, 15 years ago, it was massive, and it kept growing and growing. It's one of those championships that you always look forward to coming back.
Garcia is one of 10 past champions in the field. A list that this year includes Tiger Woods, making his first start since 2015 after some early flirtations with victory in Florida.
If there's any doubt that Tiger is back, there's no doubt after what we've seen this week.
I'm starting to piece it together tournament by tournament, and each tournament's gotten a little bit crisper and a little bit better.
He's joined at TPC Sawgrass by 8 former FedEx Cup champions. All of the top 30 in the FedEx Cup standings, and every winner from this season.
That's why I play this game. I could test myself, not only against myself, but against the best players in the world. This one is the most amount of fun.
With a combined 496 PGA Tour wins, each of the 144 competitors has an eye on adding one that denotes a complete resume.
All right, welcome in. It's time for round 4 of the Spreadsheet Golf event for this week. Replaying the Players Championship, Rory McIlroy trying to close out another Players. He currently has a 4-shot lead, but we know the struggles that Rory has had this year. On Sunday, Bryson has fired back-to-back 66s to try to get himself back into the lead here. He did close the gap by just a small bit yesterday. Welcome in. This is it. We've been having a lot of fun all week, and we are now going to find out the winner of the Spreadsheet Golf Players Championship here. Now, before we jump into this, let's talk about what you're looking at here. I did make a little adjustment to the calculation for fantasy points. I had a little digit wrong. Now, I will tell you that did not impact any of the round-by-round scoring because that is all done separately. It's all opposite. My math on adding up the rounds was slightly incorrect. So all of the round-by-round information and has been paid out so far, all completely accurate. So there was a small update to the overall leaderboard. So let me take you there right now to show you where we stand before we kick this off. And Halsey is in the lead with 544.5 DraftKings points. Miss MC Croward in second. Faust in third. DJax 24 in fourth, and Irishman 73 in the current final payout position. So what are those payout positions? Well, here they are. For rounds 4, completely separate from the tournament, you will be paid out based on the top 5 finishing positions, and then there are the overall prizes. So these could be the same people or they could be different people, obviously. So we've got $335 up top. And then I'm kicking in for any for the finishing position for the DFS On Demand members. I'm kicking in additional prizes, which you can see here below: pin flags, hats, mugs, all that good stuff to kind of tide you over for a little bit without golf. As we look forward to next week, we are going to do the match play, or at least attempt to do the match play. I'm going to have to rework the entire spreadsheet because obviously match play is different. So bear with me on that. But I'm hoping to do a live draw of the pairings on Monday. We will see if that happens. It might end up being Tuesday. And then we will start hopefully on Wednesday with the round robin matches. So we'll talk about that again next week. I need to confirm that I can actually do this in a spreadsheet, but I believe that I can. Okay. With that being said, let's head back over to the leaderboard and set the stage. I mentioned Rory at the top. I mentioned Bryson, 4 shots back. Webb Simpson, who has bookended a terrible round 2 with 2 absolutely fire rounds of 7 under in round 1 and round 3, is 6 shots off the pace. Kevin Na had the round of the day yesterday and tied the round of the tournament. He's currently in a tie for 4th. He's going to try to move his way up the leaderboard. Jon Rahm has been very, very good or very, very bad. You can see 6 under in round 1, 5 over in round 2, and 7 under in round 3. So there are big numbers lurking out there. If we kind of look ahead for Rory, he's got to avoid the disaster, right? He's got to avoid these bad rounds that we've seen every other big name player post for the most part. You know, Webb was 1 over. Patrick Reed had a 2 over round. Jon Rahm with a 5 over round. Louis Oosthuizen was your first round leader, 8 under par, has played his last 36 holes at 5 over. Not good stuff. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into round 4, final round, Players Championship in Spreadsheet Golf. I'm going to take a sip of coffee and we will kick this off. All right, hole number 1. We've seen it here. The leaders are approaching. Actually, I guess could you imagine 55 players playing hole number 1 at the same time? But that's where we're at. Par 4, 418 yards, a handshake to open this up. Let's go and see how our guys can handle this one right out of the gate. Final round jitters, certainly in play for today. We are official for hole number 1. Take it over to the leaderboard. Oh boy. Oh boy, we've already got some movement. Look who makes an eagle at number 1. He holed out. So DJ has played absolutely pitifully this week. But he made an ace yesterday on 13, I believe it was. And now he has holed out from the fairway on number 1 here today. So those are the 2 bright spots. But you see, he has not shot an under par round, at all this week. Scrolling up the leaderboard, Justin Thomas, Adam Hadwin, Francesco Molinari, Xander all making birdies, and Webb Simpson trying to close the gap. So here we go. Webb has been awesome in all but 1 round of this event. He was dominant in the practice rounds. He's going to try to make a run here early and see if he can put a little pressure on Rory, who pars the first along with Bryson DeChambeau. So Webb Simpson, 5 shots off the pace. Bryson still 4 back of Rory McIlroy. Hole number 2, it's a par 5. You expect for Rory, you know, he wants to make a birdie here. He wants to get one underneath his belt. He wants to get under par. If you make a par here, you might be losing ground on the field today. So let's take a look over at hole number 2. Okay, and we're in. And oh my gosh. Okay, the top of the leaderboard, we've got movement already. So I mentioned a par probably feels like a bogey if you're Rory McIlroy. He does exactly that. He makes a par. Bryson makes a par. And Webb Simpson shot out of a cannon this morning. Drank his coffee. He was ready to rock and roll. He has now jumped into a tie at second place with Bryson DeChambeau. He is now 4 off the lead. Oh my gosh. If Rory gives one back at any point, this thing is wide open. Hideki's got 2 birdies in a row. Molinari's got 2 in a row. Benny On seems to always start hot and then give it away. Has 2 in a row. And Tommy Fleetwood has 2 in a row. Those are your early best rounds of the day. Hole number 3. This is our first par 3 of the day. 177 yards. We've seen the pin everywhere this week except front right, which is where it is at this morning. It's playing a little bit shorter than 177 yards, about 170 even. It is right in the front here. You miss it short, you roll off the frost front. You miss it long, you've got to putt downhill at it. Very difficult pin position. Let's see how our pros can handle this one. The par 3 third. I appreciate you guys all joining me this morning. I know there might not be much else to do today, but we'll have fun for a little bit here. Hole number 3 is in the books. The top of the leaderboard looks mostly unchanged. Tommy Fleetwood, look at this guy. Look at Tommy. Jumping out early here. If you're a Tommy backer, you might be en route to cashing in the solo round. He's obviously still in the tie for 41st, so he's not going to get you much in terms of finishing position for the tournament, but he is going to help you in round 4. Adam Scott makes a birdie, so he's 2 shots back of second. But Rory's still even through 3, has not put anything else on the board yet. Webb's still trying to close the gap on him. And let's take a look at Tommy Fleetwood's ownership. So Tommy was in tier number 2, only 4.4% owned. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say if you've got Tommy, you're looking pretty good in round 4 scoring thus far. So let's take a look at it. This is round 4. Round 4 alone. Yeah, there it is. Indica 0420. John Rahm, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki Matsuyama, Abraham Answer, Scotty Scheffler, Brendan Todd. You are currently in the lead for round number 4. Kevin Turcotte. I think he told me that. He tweeted me how to pronounce this. I think it's Turcotte. His second entry. Currently 8 points back in round 2. Nate Knox in third. Ippy Brian, and Shy City Bulls in the paying spots for round number 4. Let's look at the overall lead because we've got a new leader. We have a new leader at the top. Just 3 holes in, we are swapping the lead. And it's Faust with Rory, Webb Simpson, Hideki Matsuyama, Cam Smith, Scotty Scheffler, and Brendan Todd, 567 points. MC Crow Ward, Irishman, 73. Horseshoes and D-Jax, 24, right behind. Halsey drops out of first and drops out of the paying positions altogether, but obviously still plenty of golf to be played. He's got Rory. He's got Bryson. We'll see if those guys can pick it up right here on the par 4 4th hole. .392 yards, short par 4. We saw, I believe, Rory make birdie here earlier in the week. Yesterday, I believe it was. Let's see if he can finally get his first of the day here at number 4. That is not official, remember, until I drag down. Okay. We are in. We are in, and Bryson's on the board. Bryson makes a birdie at number 4. He closes the gap to just 3 now. This is the closest anyone has been to Rory probably, I don't know, 2 days. I mean, Rory I think he had a 6-shot lead at one point in this tournament. Ended the second round with a 5-shot lead. Now down to a 4-shot lead before this tournament started, and now currently through 4 holes, it's down to 3. So Bryson in full chase mode. Webb does drop a shot here. So that is a devastating bogey for Webb, who now is 5 shots off the pace. Brendan Todd's got 2 birdies, though, this morning. He's 2 under through 4. Who else? Benny On remains 2 unders. Anybody at 3? Tommy Fleetwood's at 3. So that's still the round of the day. 3 under par. Let's head over to the 5th hole, which is a par 4, 457 yards. Water down the left. That's not in play. Brian says we could use a Rory double or 2. Certainly could. Although I think that all the Rory owners are not looking for a double or 2. Let's see how many Rory owners that we have. He is the highest owned golfer in Tier 1, but it's pretty even. 35% of you have Rory at the top. The highest owned golfer is Colin Morikawa. We'll check up on him in a second. But let's simulate hole number 5 we are on? Yes, hole number 5 we are on. Okay, I think Rory just got on the board. I think he finally got on the board, and he did. Bryson followed suit, though, and I see a chaser coming up from the middle of the pack here. I'll give you a sort, but let's look at the top of this leaderboard. Hideki trying to make a run. Hideki's 4 under through 5 with an eagle on the par 4 5th hole. Bryson's got 2 in a row. Rory is 1 under for the day, so it is still a 3-shot lead, but Hideki trying. He's got the round of the day going at 4 under, trying to get himself into contention here. It'll probably need a disaster from Rory for Hideki to get there, but Bryson's still only 3 shots back. Webb, 6 shots back. Rory is the first guy to touch 20 under par, and he does it on the 5th hole here at Sawgrass. Let's head over to the 4th round leaderboard because this is going to be much more volatile, and I will give you an update here. No surprise. There's Hideki. Hideki leaps and bounds over the field, not only because he's 4 under through 5, the best round of the day, but also because he's done it with an eagle, which is going to vault him up. You can see DJ. DJ's only 2 under, but that eagle certainly helps in a big way. Tommy Fleetwood is the only guy at 3 under par, so those two are standing out above the rest of the field for round number 4 so far. Only 5 holes in. Let's look at hole number 6. Hole number 6, par 4, 379 yards. Fairly straightforward. The pin is tucked a little bit, though. It is right over these bunkers. So if you are on the left side of the fairway, it is just a little bit of a flip wedge, a little bit of a pitch into this green, but you've got to be exact because anything short, you're going to be in big trouble here. So let's see how our golfers can handle the par 4 6th. All right, we are in officially. We are officially in. Nothing at the top of the leaderboard. Pars all around for everybody down to Patrick Reed, who actually drops a shot. Sergio makes double. Putnam makes double. They tried to go for it. They tried to get really aggressive with that second shot. Could not get it up. They left it in the front bunker. That's basically death from there, and they make double. Also, I'm hearing rumors. There are rumors out there that for next week, we are actually going to get a Tiger Woods appearance. Yes, that's right. Tiger Woods played well at the match play last year, coming back, trying to do the same. So nothing official yet, but I understand he will be playing next week. Will be really interesting to see. All right. Hole number 7, then I'll give you an update here. Hole number 7. Long, fairly straight. It doglegs to the right at the end. Par 4, 458 yards. This is a fairly narrow fairway when you look at this compared to some of the other holes. A couple tiny little bunkers on the right-hand side, plush rough over there as well. Let's head to hole number 7 and see how our golfers can handle this. Rory, all he really has to do at this point, you would assume, is avoid some type of disaster, and he is going to be in play for this week. And, I think he's done much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Rory McIlroy. Yes, he has. He has holed out from the fairway. He drops an eagle, and I'll tell you what, this might do it. This might do it. A 4-shot lead with 11 to go. Although Bryson did make a birdie as well, so it's only a 4-shot lead still. Those guys are both 3 under for the day, but Rory McIlroy is unstoppable at the moment. I can't tell you the last time he made a bogey. Bryson hanging in there, though. 4 shots back, so Rory gets to 22 under par. Bryson at 18. They have opened a gap on the rest of the field here at, what is that? Rory's 8 up on Webb Simpson here. All right, hang with me really quick here. Okay. Don't want to blow my nose for all of you to see. Okay, let's continue on to the scoring for round number 4. So this is just round 4 here. I imagine that Rory birdie is going to jump a lot of owners up. Oh, look at this. A tier 1 DJ lineup is in the lead. 208 points. That's T-Mart 44. Haven't called his name this week, I don't think. But he's riding Johnson, Cantlay, Hideki, Kisner, Day, Todd to the round 4 lead. MC Croward, Faust, Horseshoes, and the Mojo King rounding out the top 5 there. Let's go to the overall scoring leaderboard because we have another flip-flop at the top. That's right. It is now going to be MC Croward, who is going to take the lead after 7 holes that Rory Eagle combined with Webb, Hideki, Kevin Na, Bubba Watson, and Adam Hadwin. 605.5 DraftKings points. Faust drops to 2nd, Horseshoes in 3rd, Djax 24 in 4th, and Halsey rounds out the top 5. Spreadsheet Rory does have ice in his veins. It doesn't matter how he has played on Sundays in real life. In spreadsheet golf, he is a dominant force, and he is looking good to raise the trophy here in just a few holes. So let's keep it going. Hole number 8, par 3, 234 yards. Very difficult hole yesterday. It played long. I believe the pin was back right. We saw a couple of double bogeys. I don't think we saw nobody at the top birdied this hole. I know that. The top of the leaderboard all made par. I think the top 8 guys, not much super noteworthy here. Let's see if our boys can handle this. Whoops, that's wrong. Hold on. Let me try this again. There we go. I slipped on my finger and did not paste it correctly. So here we go. This is correct. We're in on hole number 8. There's a couple of doubles. Hideki makes a double. Adam Scott makes a double. John Rahm makes a double. His tournament is all over the place. And look at this. Uh-oh. We've done it for, I believe, is this the second time? Third time this week? We've got a hole-in-one. We've got an ace here. This one on the most difficult of the par 3s. It's Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler has made 7 pars in a row before heading to hole number 8, in which he makes an ace. Remember? Okay, so actually, was it at the Players' Championship or was it the week before at maybe API? Scheffler hit like a 5-iron into a par 5 and it hit the flagstick. Probably should have dropped for an albatross. Tapped it in for eagle. Does not get denied by the pin today. Scotty Scheffler buries it. It's an ace. Top of the leaderboard remains mostly unchanged. Actually, mostly carnage here at the top. Kevin Na drops 1. Hideki drops 2. His round of the day now gone. Adam Scott with a double. But our leaders all playing that hole at an even par 3. We head to the par 5 9th. We'll do a full update after this as we make the turn. The par 5 9th, 598 yards, all about position on your first shot. And also, in case you're wondering, there is a new spectator mound behind the green. Very exciting stuff. Not in use this week because we're playing this in a spreadsheet. Hole number 9. We are official. Hole number 9. We'll see with 9 holes to go how this looks. Top of the leaderboard. Not much. Not much has changed here. Kevin Na does get a bounce back, but he's still well off the pace here. Kevin Na is 1 under on the day, 9 shots back. Rory, Bryson, Webb, all of them are going to par hole number 9. It's a little bit disappointing. That's a par 5. You want to be able to get there. Still a 4-shot lead. Hideki has pressed the eject button, ladies and gentlemen. So after starting 4 under through 5, he has now gone 5 over in his last 3 holes. Full ejection mode. He's 1 over for the day. He is 13 shots off the lead. All right. Let's take a look at the round by round information here. So look at this. Since the last time we refreshed this, Hideki was in the number 1 position. Now currently in 38th for today alone. So we are going to refresh round number 4 data. And now look at this. A eagle to start and 3 straight birdies, 3 under round. He's there with a handful of guys. Bryson, Rory, Matt Kuchar all sitting there at 3 under. Worst round of the day. Brandt Snedeker, Ian Poulter, Sergio Garcia, all 3 over through 9 holes. Most colorful scorecard, definitely Hideki. 2 birdies, an eagle, a double, another double, and a bogey. That's pretty ugly. So let's look at how that round 4 scoring. Yeah, look at all of the movement here. So Shy City Bulls, I believe, is going to move up to number 1 because of that great run by DJ. We're going to get a big run from Lide 8 as well. Big jump here. Yeah, Shy City Bulls. Dustin Johnson, Tommy Fleetwood, Ricky Fowler, Danny Willett, Jason Day, and Andrew Putnam. That's your leader for round 4. T-Mart 44, 5.5 points back. And then there's a pretty big gap. These guys are kind of running away with round 4, but we've seen how quickly this can change in just a matter of holes. So Colin, MC, Croward, and Halsey are in the current paying positions. And then we're going to go to the over. MC Croward, 591 points. Faust is 6.5 points back. Halsey, Blind Guesses, has jumped up into a paying position. Scotty Scheffler probably helped with that. Throw Mud. Yeah, I was trying to count how many I named here. Throw Mud is in the last paying position. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We head to the turn. He's in trouble. You saw what happened to Hideki here, so anything can change. Rory has avoided the landmines thus far. We'll see if he can continue that, and we'll be right back in. Give me just like a minute, and we'll start this right back up. All right, we're back. Let's jump back into this because we are making the turn. We are 9 holes away from glory. We are 9 holes away from crowning the Players' Championship. We're 9 holes away from divvying up 2.1 million spreadsheet dollars to whoever is able to win this event. Let's head to hole number 10. Par 4, 407 yards. Big, long bunker all the way down the left-hand side of your tee shot, and then coming into play on your second. All about position here. Let's simulate hole number 10. Brendan Todd gets one on the 10th hole. Tony Finau gets one on the 10th hole. The leaders, Rory, Bryson, and Webb, all make par. So Brendan Todd does move into a tie with Webb Simpson for third. That's going to help all you Brendan Todd owners, which I actually feel like there's a lot of you. What tier is Brendan Todd in? 6, maybe? He is in 6. 6 was probably the most spread out of tiers here. So 13% of you have Brendan Todd. There was actually like 9 golfers that weren't taken at all. So they're not here. They're not here. But this was a pretty evenly distributed tier 6. All right. Hole number 11. Par 5, 566. Okay. This is where anybody who's chasing, talk about Bryson, talk about Webb, they've got to take advantage of this hole. This is the hole Jon Rahm put his foot on the pedal last year and killed himself. I shouldn't say killed himself. He played himself out of the tournament, hitting it in the water on his second. This is the hole you've got to take advantage of, and you hope that Rory doesn't as well. Let's head over and simulate hole number 11. This is a very critical hole if anybody is going to try to catch Rory. But if Rory makes an eagle here or he makes a birdie here, we might be in trouble. That might be a birdie. That might be a birdie for him. It's not. Okay. So Rory makes par. Bryson makes par. Webb breaks the tie with Brendan Todd for solo third by making a birdie. Whoops. Sorry. I was going too fast there. That was a misclick. Let's try this again. Let me sort this again. All right. Webb, 7 shots back. I don't think he's got this. I think he's out of it, okay? He's playing for finishing position. He's playing for dollars, and he's playing for the illustrious Spreadsheet Golf FedEx Cup points. Kevin Na makes a birdie. Victor Hovland makes a birdie. Anything else of note here? No real hot starts. I don't think we've got anybody. Oh, we do. Kevin Kisner has birdied the first 2 holes on the back. Sergio Garcia has birdied the first 2. In fact, I'll tell you this. Kevin Kisner, have not talked about it much this week. I believe this is the round of the day. He just tied DJ for the round of the day. 5 under par, clean scorecard. DJ's also 5 under. Yeah, that is the round of the day. Fleetwood and Kuchar at 4. And those are the best rounds. Those 4 guys. Best rounds on the course at the moment. Still a 4-shot lead for Rory. So 4 shots up with 6 to go. Let's head over to the par 4 12th. Drivable. Here's another opportunity. You know, Bryson's probably thinking about this stretch of 11 and 12 where he needed to take advantage. He did not take advantage at 11. Let's see if he can take advantage of 12. He can drive this par 4, but Rory obviously also can too. So we'll see how they handle this. That's not official. This is, but that's still a pretty bad number for Rory. I don't know if that's got to be in his bogey range, right? That's got to be. It's not. He's so good. That's why he's so hard to make a bogey. He's just so good at it. He just doesn't make bogeys. For almost any other golfer in here, that's within his bogey range, but not for Mr. McIlroy. However, Webb Simpson, still fighting and clawing, makes another 2 in a row. Still trying to get back into this. He's 6 shots back. He now is 3 under, which is the same round that Rory and Bryson is at. Let's see. Anybody else? Kisner makes a par, so he cools off for at least 1 hole. And that's really it. A lot of pars here. A lot of pars. Nobody was able to really take advantage with an eagle. Nobody made a disaster double. The top of the leaderboard stays pretty much unchanged. Still a 4-shot lead. Hole number 13. Now, here's what I know about hole number 13. I believe this is the hole that yesterday Dustin Johnson aced. I will have to go back into the archives, check out the Spreadsheet Golf database, and confirm if this was the hole that DJ aced. But I believe it was. Now, today, you know where the pin's at. 3 paces off the left, 20 paces on. It's probably right here, back left. It is begging you to take on this water if you want to hit one really close. Now, there is a ridge in the middle of the green that will work your way back towards this pin, but if you want to get really close, you got to go over the water the entire way. Let's see how our golfers can handle hole number 13. And he's done it again. Rory fires a dart into 13. He's not worried about the water. He makes an 8-footer for birdie. He extends his lead to 5. Bryson, unfortunately, Bryson, he was 2 under through 5. He was 3 under through 7. He hasn't made a birdie since. He's now even in his last 6 holes. Webb at least trying to keep his foot on the pedal. I'll tell you what, at this point, Webb might catch Bryson. Webb's now 1 shot behind Bryson because Webb's got 3 birdies in a row. So he could, in theory, jump and get into second place, which would be very Webb of him to do. Jordan Spieth, back-to-back birdies. He's now into the top 10. Haven't called his name much this week. Tommy Fleetwood got to 5 under with a birdie there. So let's do a little recap here. Also, oh my God, Graham McDowell. I think that's the worst round of the day, 5 over. Let's do a little recap. So we are through 13 holes. We've got 5 left to play. This is round 4 scoring only. It looks like Shy City Bulls is narrowly holding on to this lead. Yeah, he is. 188.5 DraftKings points, 3.5 points clear of T-Mart 44. Colin Lyday, 8, who has flown up the leaderboard today, in 4th, and MC Croward in the 5th place and final paying position for today. Let's look at the overall scoring. No changes at the top, it looks like. Well, maybe, yeah, a couple guys. I think we're going to get a new 3rd place contestant here. Yeah, Blind Guesses is flying up. So MC Croward still holding on to the overall lead. Faust is in 2nd. Blind Guesses is in 3rd. Irishman 73 and Halsey rounding out the top 5 paying positions at the moment. There could be a lot of movement between those guys. Only a handful of points between 5th and 3rd, or even 2nd. They could also be passed. So there's a lot of guys still in contention to get into the paying spots for the overall lead. Let's head to hole number 14. It is a par 4, 463 yards, serpentine type fairway. Oh, Rory refuses to stop. Rory refuses to stop. He's now got 2 in a row. Webb Simpson, though, I'll tell you what, 4 in a row. This is what Webb did in all of the practice rounds. It's what he did in 2 of the 3 rounds before today. You have to look at this. Webb's got to be terribly disappointed. 5 under today. He has 2 rounds of 65. That 1 over round in round number 2 absolutely burns him. So I think we are engraving Rory's name on the Players' Championship trophy right now because he's got a 6-shot lead with 4 to go. We might have to check the spreadsheet off history books and check margin of victory on where this would stand. Webb Simpson has tied Bryson for second. So I do think this is now going to impact a lot of fantasy lineups because Webb is now passing Bryson, has more DraftKings points. That's probably going to impact our results quite a bit. Who else? Anybody get to 6 under? Yeah, DJ did get to 6 under. DJ backers are at least going to get paid on round 4 information. Tommy Fleetwood 5 under. Yeah, good point here. So where's Hideki? Brian in the chat. Yeah, Hideki started 4 under through 5 and has now played, what is this, 5 over, 6 over, 7 over since then? Not good, Mr. Hideki. All right, we will do hole 15. Then we will do a complete update after 16, 17, and 18 as we come down the stretch here. Hole 15. It's a par 4. Big long bunker guarding left-hand side. Small, tiny collection area off the right. Tiny little bunkers. Fairly straightforward. Par 4, 472 yards. Let's see. All right, Rory makes par, but so do all of the other golfers at the top of the leaderboard. Yes, no real changes at the top. So Kevin Na does make birdie. He's 3 under on the day, now in a tie for 4th with Brendan Todd. Another par, all pars for our gentleman here. Couple of doubles. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. These are the money holes now. Par 5, 16th is gettable in a big way. So this is the last gasp effort for anyone like Bryson, Webb. If they can go out and make an eagle, and maybe, who knows, maybe Rory can make a bogey. Maybe he makes a double. We haven't seen it from him all week, but if he does it now, we could get a pretty significant swing here. Then we have the par 3 17th, which is the island green, which disaster always lurking there. And then 18, water all the way up the left-hand side. Have to be exact with your tee shot. There could be disaster there. So this is it. I mean, 16's got to be a hole you take advantage of. And even if we don't catch Rory, even if Bryson or Webb can't catch Rory, they're playing for a lot of finishing positions, a lot of money right now. They're currently in a 2-way tie. So this is going to be very important, this hole. So I'll give you a visual of 16, and then we will do a full recap after each and every one of these holes. This is it. I mentioned the Rafa Cabrera Bello Albatross a few years ago. It's a very short par 5, 517 yards. Everybody is able to get there. All right, let's do it. Hole number 16. Hole number 70 of the week. Wow, I've done this 70 times. Oh, that's not his official number. Sorry. I got excited. Let's see if anybody can take advantage. I don't see a lot of low numbers here, which is generally not a good sign for scoring. Okay, well, that par 5 that should have been very gettable played a lot more difficult than we would have expected. Oh my God, did anybody make a birdie here? Hold on, let's look at this. JT made a birdie and now is 6 under for the day. So JT backers for today is going to be great. DJ backers are going to be really happy, although they're both in tier 1, so you can't have both of those guys. Look at all this. Bogey from Brendan Todd. So now he drops out of that tie with Kevin Na, so he's solo 5th. Wow. There's like no, this whole played over par, didn't it? Can I get a course? Let me see. It did. Average 0.16 over par. Oh my gosh. That is pure disaster on a hole that is one of the easiest holes on the course. Really interesting. Okay, so let's do a full update here. So let's do a round 4 leaderboard update. This is the golfers leaderboard. Big names at the top. DJ is 8 under. That is currently, so if he parred out, would be tied for the rounds of the week. If he can get to 9 under, he would tie Hideki from the round 1 of the Players' Championship this year, real world, not spreadsheet golf, and it would be the course record. If he gets to 10, he breaks it. JT is 6 under. A lot of birdies on that scorecard too. 8 birdies on the scorecard. Tommy Fleetwood, Rory, and Webb Simpson all 5 under par. Those are the rounds of the day. Worst rounds of the day. Patrick Cantlay 5 over par. Graham McDowell has made a birdie on the back, but he's still 4 over. Hideki's card, absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Hideki, 3 over through 16. Justin Rose has, this is Scotty Scheffler, excuse me. This has been the story of Scotty Scheffler's entire tournament. He's got multiple eagles on the card this week, including an ace. And he's got like 5 doubles on the card. Something like that. Okay. So let's look at how this impacts round number 4 scoring. Oh man, the Mojo King, he's going to move up. The Mojo King is going to move up. Lie Day 8, I believe you are headed down. Sorry. Shy City Bulls hanging on to his round 4 lead. The Mojo King trying to catch him. I will say it's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. So the Mojo King doesn't have DJ, doesn't have Justin Thomas, which are the 2 rounds of the day, doesn't have Tommy Fleetwood. But he has Rory, Webb, Sungjae, Answer, the Scheffler stuff, and then Brendan Todd. So that makes sense as well. All right, overall leaderboard. We are 2 holes away, people. We are 2 holes away, and we've got a change at the top. Oh, wow. Look at this. 2 holes to go. We've got a change at the top. Faust, who I believe is in the chat, has taken over first place from the Mojo King. They have very similar lineups. They both have Brendan Todd, Scotty Scheffler, Webb Simpson, and Rory McIlroy. So it's really just Cam Smith versus Abraham Answer, or I should say it like this. Hideki and Cam Smith versus Sungjae and Abraham Answer. I think Sungjae just made double on the last, so that probably is what forced this this flip here at the top. Blind Guesses in 3rd, MC Croward in 4th, and Irishman 73 in the 5th place position. 2 holes to go. We head to the iconic par 3 17th hole. This is really where disaster can lurk. If you hit 1 or 2 or 3, like we've seen in the past, in the water, you are in big trouble. So Rory has wedge in hand. It is the traditional Sunday pin position, which is way over here on the right-hand side. It's that pin position that, you know, famously, more recently, Ricky Fowler, stuffed one there on the right side of the pin in a playoff to win his Players' Championship. That's the pin position that we have for today. Let's head over and input hole number 17. All right. The 71st hole. The sweat is real. Faust is in the chat. The sweat is real. He's done it again. As if you needed to know who had ice in their spreadsheet veins, it is Rory McIlroy. I'm going to have to go back and look at his previous rounds. I cannot remember the last time Rory has made a bogey. And he fires a dart a la Ricky Fowler into 17 on the right side of the pin. He makes the 8-footer. He is now 7 shots clear. Bryson, devastatingly bad since the 8th hole. Never really got it going. Has now played his last 10 holes at 2 over par. He dumps one in the water. He goes to the drop zone. He hits from there. That's his third. He 2-putts. Par. Double bogey on the par 3. So Bryson is out of it. Webb Simpson has now leapfrogged Bryson to sit solo second. He is 7 shots off the lead. However, he is going to help a lot of his backers here. Handful of birdies, no aces today. Let's go through round 4 scoring. Round 4 scoring. I can see there is a flop at the top. A flop, a swap? I don't know. I've said a lot of words today. Colin has taken the lead by 1/2 of a point over the Mojo King. The Mojo King, a 1/2 a point back. Shy City Bulls in third. Faust, who is vying for both the round 4 and the overall title, in fourth. And B Watts, 449, has jumped into a paying position. So, wow, we are a 1/2 a point different at the top of this leaderboard. Overall scoring. We have another flop at the top because the Mojo King drops in round 4, but he is actually going to improve his standing in the overall and leapfrogs Faust for the number 1 spot. So the Mojo Kings lineup, I think I mentioned it earlier. It's Rory, it's Webb, Rory Webb, Sung Jae, Abraham Ancer, Scotty Scheffler, Brendan Todd. That is 9 points clear? Blind Guesses in third, MC, Croward, and Halsey in 5th, rounding out the paying positions. All right, gentlemen, this is it. We've got 1 hole to go. It is the par 4, 18th hole, 472 yards. Iconic. You got to be exact off the tee. Decide how much you want to bite off here. And then you've got to hit a really aggressive shot and see if you can put your foot on the gas pedal. I'll finish my coffee. All right, now we're ready. Now we are ready. Hole number 18. Hole number 72 of the championship. It's Rory's name already on the trophy, but we've got a lot to figure out in terms of the final standings here. That is not official, remember. That is not official. Now it is. Now we are in the books. Rory makes an easy par on 18. He is going to be your Spreadsheet Golf Players Champion, as expected, because he's absolutely dominated this entire event. No worse than a 5 under 67 in any round of this event. He was really the only big golfer to not lay a dud in any rounds, and it's going to pay off because he is going to finish at 25 under par, an astonishing 7-shot victory. This feels like vintage Rory at Congressional, where he ran away with the championship there. He raises the Players' Championship for the 2nd time in his career, successfully defending, I might add, at 25 under par. Webb Simpson, you know what? Webb, this feels like the one that got away for Webb because he had better rounds than Rory in round 1. He had a better round than Rory in round 3. He matched him shot for shot in round number 4, and he's going to finish 7 shots back, all because of that second round, as you see there, 1 over 73. Bryson, a disappointing Sunday. Not a good way to finish. Patrick Reed and Adam Scott do birdie the 18th and will cash your top 5 tickets as they move into a tie for 5th place. At the bottom of the board, Paul Casey, who we were kind of making fun of earlier in the week, is you know, he clawed his way back to 46th. Not great, but it's Brooks Koepka, dead last. Oh, mama. The struggles continue for Brooks. He might be able to, you know, get a break in real life, but there are no breaks in spreadsheet golf. That poor play carries over in spreadsheet golf, and he is at the bottom of the leaderboard yet again. So let's reveal the winners. I've held on long enough here. I'll show you the final round golfer leaderboard, and I'll show you the rounds of the day. DJ, 8 under par. So we had, I believe, 4 rounds of 8 under this week, all tied for the round of the week. Dustin Johnson, a clean 8 under, 64. Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, 6 under par. And then Justin Thomas and Webb Simpson at 5 under. Those were your rounds of the day. So the winners for round 4. Round 4 winners. I will pay you here shortly. Let's do it. Oh, we did get some action at the top. Rory McIlroy leads the way for the Mojo King to capture round number 4. Colin, you are in second. Shy City Bulls in third. Faust in fourth. And B Watts 449 in fifth. A half a point ahead of Soto Ol 1990. Congratulations, you guys. I will get that out to you here today at some point. But now, for the overall champions, again, the payouts. 335 up top, 201 to second, 165 for third, 67 for fourth, and 34 for fifth place. Along with, if you are a DFS On Demand subscriber, I will get to you for pin flags, hats, mugs, all that good stuff. I'll reach out. The winner of the overall Players Championship spreadsheet contest. Let's see. I'm so nervous. I'm nervous right now. It's going to be the Mojo King. So he wins not only round 4, but he is also going to take home the overall prize. Congratulations. Faust is going to finish second, 2 shots back. Blind Guesses is going to finish third at 575 points. Halsey in fourth. And Who Day winning is going to round out the paying positions. Congratulations. Okay, so the winning lineup: Rory McIlroy, Webb Simpson, Sung Jae Im, Abraham Ancer, Scotty Scheffler, and Brendan Todd. That was a lot of fun. We're going to do this next week for the match play. I have no idea how I'm going to figure out a spreadsheet for match play, but I'll figure it out before then. I will be live streaming the draw of the seedings, and then we'll live stream each one of the days. So I highly encourage you to follow me on Twitter. I'll announce it all there, at Rick Run Good, so you know the information. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already, so that you're notified when I do go live, because sometimes it's just like, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm going live. Let's do it. And then we will figure out a schedule for next week for live match play. Thank you to everyone who joined me over the course of this week. We will do it all again next week with match play. Stay tuned for that information. Wash your hands. See ya.